And yeah, welcome. On this episode, we're going to be talking about body shaming, BBL, and big booties. Yeah, and with me on this episode, I have two lovely guests. Red Butterfly. He is an actor, a content creator, and an amazing person. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
You're welcome, Maya. The fact that you had guts to introduce him first.
On my left, I have the amazing, beautiful, alluring, dashing, dreaded Shrew. Thus says the Shrew. I'm sure we're going to be hearing a lot of gospel according to
The Shrew.
The Shrew, exactly. So, generally, how are you, Red Butterfly? Like, how has it been for you? You know, I know the industry and the content creation space can be crazy. So, like, how are you coping?
I'm just doing my thing, keeping a very low profile.
It's in a low profile. It is not true.
You know, you don't see me outside until necessary. You know.
I don't know what he's talking about though, but that's true. You barely see him outside. And dreaded Shrew.
Well, you know, I shouldn't even be at this table with you guys because you know I'm officially like off the single people's league.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
No, like, did you have to just rub it in our face? I can speak for myself. I can't speak for Red Butterfly though. I don't know if he's single or not, but I can speak for myself.
You look very single.
Before we dive into, you know, the topic for the day, the rule on this set is shots before we start for our guests. So it is with due pleasure and everything and my full chest that I present this shot to you. Here you go, baby girl. Here you go. Cheers. You should cheers. I was very generous, so this is not even much. This is not the normal shots that you're supposed to take. Honestly.
Okay.
Just give me the bottle, man. Give the bottle.
Let the battle begin.
Nice. Thank you. Talking about body shaming, yeah. I want to ask, have you personally, growing up or right now, have you ever experienced a body shaming moment?
For me, yeah. When I was younger, I think I was around JSS1, JSS2. I was very fat. So I remember my classmates used to laugh at me to the point that I didn't feel like going to school.
For real?
I swear, when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, Mommy, I don't feel like going to school, but there's something you can't even come out to an African mother. How do I start?
Yeah.
I don't want to go to school because my friends are calling me or something. But then, as time grew, as it evolves, I knew, okay, yeah, those are just words that has no meaning. So I just had to like pay a defiant to it and just move on.
What about you?
For me.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Honestly, I don't even know where to start because there are like different stages and levels. So growing up, I'm just gonna say the major ones.
Okay.
One, I wasn't even fat. I was chubby.
Okay.
And so like the body shaming came from my family. My mom, weirdly enough.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, she's spearheaded
sometimes
the whole body shaming campaign.
Yeah.
On me, you know, it was crazy. Then she'd be like, when you not give birth, how will you be? And I was just
Honestly.
like 12, 13 at the time, you know. So it was crazy. But I think the only good thing I can take out of it is that despite that it had a lot of bad sides, but it made me really want to work on myself.
Oh.
Yeah, and so that was just one. I also had like a body shaming issue with my breasts.
I was going to come there,
yeah,
because I have a similar story as well.
Yeah.
And you know, with African parents, I feel like children are very sensitive to words, so growing up, you know how those words really pierce your soul and all, but you can't say anything because is it your African mother that if she says something you want to talk back? Who born you? I'll show you that I'm your mother. I'll show you. I'm telling you honestly. And with me, I grew up in the north and then the east, and in the east there's this thing Igbo boys do, you know, when you're walking on the streets, they would finish you. They will finish you with words.
Even
you have
even here in Lagos in Yaba Market.
Yeah.
It happens once you go to start driving left and right.
For real?
My color.
My color.
My sugar.
Hey.
My pepper.
And growing up, I was busty. So I remember I used to hate my boobs a lot. God, because getting all those comments, and it just makes me feel bad. And I'm like, it's not like I was harassed at any point. No, that did not happen. But the words got to me, and I didn't see it as a thing of, oh, I'm happy I had joiners. I didn't see it as a compliment because it was just too much. You go to school, you're walking on the road, people are looking at you, the words they say and everything. It was just a lot for me. So yes, there was that body shaming for me, yeah, because body shaming is not basically, and there was a post I saw recently where someone said calling someone fat is not an insult, and to me I agree with that statement. However, I believe it is the manner in which you say it, because if I say you're fat and you're actually fat, then it's true. Do you understand? It's not an insult, because it's like, but offensive. Exactly. So it's now, that's where emotional intelligence comes into play, and the manner in which you say what you say, because someone can't post a picture and you're just like, oh, you this fat thing, or do you understand? That's instigating, that's very insulting. But if it's a casual conversations and you're giving compliments, because with girls, yeah, there's this different thing when like, baby girl, you're thick, and I don't know if you understand, like thick is a compliment.
Sweet.
Honestly, I don't even think anybody has any business telling someone what they look like to their face. Like, I don't see a reason why you should just see me and just be like, oh, you put on so much weight.
Like, I know.
Do you get? Like, I can see myself in the mirror. You don't have to tell me.
I know.
I can see myself in the mirror.
It's none of your business. How about you go compliment on your father or something like that?
In this part of the world, it's difficult for people to mind their business, and like he said, it's normal, but it's not supposed to be normal. Yeah. Do you get? And yes, people have no business telling you how you look, because you come back from a holiday. Let's say you're at work, in a work environment. You come back from a holiday, and next thing they're like, you added though. I see your cheeks. This one. Before you know it, they started attributing it to a lot of other things, like your guy is treating you well, or this one, or you're still going to get bigger. What will happen when you get married, though?
Thank you.
But I also want to understand for men, yeah, because I can speak, for the women, and I know that this is something we see all the time, but how is it really for the men? Because I'm very sure that the same way we get body shamed is the same way it happens with men, and I just want to understand like the thought process. How do you guys really feel, and how do you deal with such comments when it comes?
For me, most times we just overlook things.
Yeah.
So if my guy walk up to me like, guy, you don't have me too, I feel just look at my normal talk and just change topic. But for women, that was can train with their emotions. They can take the whole day to think about this. Whereas for men, it's not like that.
But does that mean that he doesn't get to you, like he doesn't?
Sometimes it gets to us, but we just form hard guy, and just run among them. Then you can try to work on the process. You don't subject it like to weigh you down. Yes, but for women, it's always different. Women are always more emotional. And that stuff might even bring quarrel between those two friends.
But also, I feel like men even instigate this whole body shaming thing here. Because, okay, I'm bringing this in because I feel like he can give us answers. When I watched the podcast with the lady who said that she likes being eaten out on her period.
Oh, yeah.
And someone a guy made a very nasty comment about her. I went to the comment section and he was like, with your very fallen boobs and da like, why you understand? Like, it was very derogatory. And so like that comment, I picked it out and I'm like, okay, fine. This person said something that didn't sit
well with you.
And of all the things you used to get at her, it was her body.
Because with people,
and that tells you something about how men think about us, or what they feel women should look like.
When you say men, some men. Choose your words carefully.
But social media really doesn't help anybody, in all honesty, because you come online, you're seeing a lot of things, and the comments are crazy. So even when we talk about body enhancement products, BBL and the likes, I feel like social media and the world is full with a lot of hypocrites. Do you get me? Let's even come into this BBL thingy. So what's the take on BBL? Are you lipo? Are you pro? Are you against it, or are you for it?
To be honest, I think people just do BBL due to peer pressure.
I disagree because with me, it's the same way you make your hair, the way you put on makeup, the way you do your nails, the way you do other things. You won't say you're doing it because of oh, my friend made her nails, so I want to make my nails, or my guy likes my nails done, so I want to do my nails. I'm doing it because I like it. Do you understand? And people also attribute BBL or lipo to self-confidence. Confidence for me is a personality that you put on, because you see women who have actually done their body, they've had their body done, or they did lipo and the stuff, but they are very shy, they're not confident. You see them in public spaces and they can't even relate with other people.
So does BBL boost confidence?
Does it? In a way, yes.
I think it's really
in a way. It's relative, yes.
Depending on the intent. So, I could be a young lady who, I look at certain parts of my body and they're not really giving me what I want. I want to be able to wear certain types of clothes and it will sit well on my body. So, I'm going for confidence, basically. I'm going for, I walk into a room and I don't feel a shred of doubt.
True.
But I could also be a young girl who just wants to attract men, and that's the reality. There's also that.
Yes.
And I know that men like these things, especially in this climate. So I'm also going to want to tailor my body to that particular purpose. So I think
when you say men, I want that issue we say.
Oh, some men, Ejo.
Because we see celebrities, some male celebrities going after very slim
girls.
Oh, don't bring Peter here.
I don't want to mention names. I'm not going to mention names, but we saw the one that happened and broke up recently. A very slim girl. So you will say men. Some men like their ladies straight.
Personally, growing up, I know I've always, with my breast and how big it was at that time, I really considered, going for a breast reduction surgery.
Yeah.
And probably in the future, I might still go for it. Do you understand? Depending on how I feel, because it's my choice and that's just how I feel about myself.
Yeah.
I just don't like it. Trust me, I get a lot of comments that, oh, you're beautiful, this is... But at the end of the day, I feel like it boils down to me and what I want for myself.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So, even people around you, your friends and everyone around you, I feel like they do not help matters. Because there are times where, because of your body type, there are certain things you cannot wear, there's constantly pointing it. Do you understand? So growing up, I know I did not like wearing sleeveless at all. I would always cover up my body, turtleneck and the rest. And it was not up until 2020 when I started exercising a bit. And there's this thing exercise does to you where it just makes you feel more, you love your body more and exactly. I don't know if confidence is the word, but it just makes you love your body more. Do you get me? So I started, exploring my outfits better, and I loved it. Do you get? But when you're in certain spaces and they're like, oh, you're putting on a sleeveless, why are you putting on a sleeveless when you're busty? And I can literally see the next girl seated next to me wearing a sleeveless, and you're not telling her the same thing. It's very insulting.
But to me, I don't see busty as...
No, I'm just telling you, this is how I feel. And I've met people who have felt the same way. It is not an insult. It just boils down to how you feel at the end of the day. And like I said, the way the message is being communicated. Yeah. You're not giving me a compliment. You're telling me I should not wear this because I'm busty. Do you understand? But you can wear it because you probably have less boobs than I do. Why? Especially when it's a sleeveless, but it's not like a sleeveless that is exposing your boobs at the same time. Do you understand what I mean? So the social media space is crazy, and even friends around you, on personal notes, I think we don't help each other.
They do more.
And while we're talking about this, I think women should also take more accountability for. We always victimize ourselves, right? Okay, so we're like, oh yeah, men don't like us and they complain about a lot of things in our body, but women openly shame men all the time for having small penises.
True.
It's a
That's
lot.
True.
And they see it as normal.
True.
Honestly, it's like you come on social media with his small penis.
That's so true. Even with relationships, this thing that happens where you break up with a girl in a relationship, and the next thing, he's this. I always have an issue with that because do you understand? So when you were in that relationship, you used to like this person. So what happened to the good parts of the person? Must you have something bad to say? I know that roses are not red all the time, or roses have thorns in them, but living a relationship and talking down on your partner once you're out of the relationship, for me, I feel like it makes you look stupid. Because you were literally in love with this person, and then you come and say, oh, the love blinded me and the rest. Oh, I was in love with him. I did. The fuck? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. You were in love with this person. Do you get me?
Yeah, sure.
So, and now you're leaving the relationship and you have all sorts of bad things to say about the person. What does that even say for you as a person? Whatever is bad, as long as it's not, in an abusive light that, oh, you had to just say, oh, he's abusing me and that's why I left the relationship, and you're leaving it to the authorities, yeah? But if it's something that, oh, you just see a trait in him, we are not all perfect.
Sure.
What if he opens his mouth and starts saying all those bad things you used to do in the relationship as well that he tolerated? Yeah. Because friendship and relationship is all about tolerance at the end of the day.
Or what if, for example, you break up with a guy and then you go out and start talking about what size his genitals were and all whatnot. And what if he decides to do the same
to you? I mean, exactly. Because we don't talk about these things.
One person has to be more matured.
Yeah, that's exactly. But I'm saying, what if they both decide to be crazy like that? And because women never actually. Women never actually. I feel like we are always quick to. Women are drag, but we don't always consider men as well. And men hardly talk about the times where they are body shamed and really embarrassed about stuff. Yeah. They're men are actually body shamed a lot. You have stomach,
even with the beards. You see the things that happen with the beards is crazy.
Yeah.
Yes. No, there was a time where a guy without beards was seen as a kid. Do you understand?
Even
you don't get standards.
In some gatherings, kids, men, so come here without beards.
Are you serious?
Yes. I went to a gathering. I was like, without beards, come here. With beards, come here. With slim beards, come this side. What is this? What the fuck is this? What's going on here? Really? It's body shaming now.
Yes, so the society needs to also wake up to reality. Yeah, the same way you see women buying waist trainers, they are buying silicone butts, they are going to enhance their body. It's the same way it happens with men. But because of the nature of men, how they don't talk about stuff.
Yeah,
that's why they are not dragged much. Because even with the wig thing that came up and we saw that men can now wear wigs, there are a lot of men moving around wearing wigs. Yeah. But you would have. Is your hair real though? Is this a wig?
Oh my god!
You would not know because of and we should, at the end of the day, don't do to another person what you wouldn't want to be done to you.
Yeah, sure.
So if I'm coming to the comment section and I'm seeing someone and I'm like, why is your breast like this? Or why are you overweight? Oh, you should get. Do you get me?
Yeah. But women, our own is so much because please explain to me why someone would spend. So I saw that silicone.
Be a silicone butt.
That thing costs 340,000 naira.
It's so expensive.
You haven't seen it.
You haven't seen silicone. It feels like the real
body. You
get. It's like everything, and
you may even succeed.
You can even get your skin color.
Yeah.
You can get your skin color. So even if you're stark naked, you barely notice that. Yes,
it's not the real thing. You get it's great, and I'm like, okay, fine. What is going on? Then we have this trend now of, I don't know who started this thing, but even me, I'm guilty of when you want to sew clothes now. In this Nigeria,
you tell them to add hips
it
for
must
you.
be padded. If it's not padded and snatched, you have not started work in this country.
But it has to be snatched.
Bottle must be achieved. What is happening?
It has to be snatched.
I'm trying to understand where it's coming from. Is it the men that want it? Is it the women that want it?
Western culture.
Western culture. I don't think it's the Western culture because they don't do the whole snatching. You always see them their crop tops.
Yeah, literally every woman that is going for Ashebi now is padded.
I think it comes from looking good. Women would spend a lot of money to look good, to just achieve that shape that makes me look a bit different, because that's the philosophy behind makeup at the end of the day. It's like an enhancement. Do you understand?
Enhancement for what?
An enhancement of your beauty is just the truth.
It's not beauty.
We've seen
look horrible.
True.
We can't really
but
say
to them,
makeup is an enhancement to beauty.
But
depending on the woman and
depending on the person,
depending on the makeup artist too.
Depending on the makeup artist, yes.
No jokes.
But at the end of the day, it's how they see themselves, because what you see and you find it unattractive and terrible, she saw herself in the mirror. And to her, she looked good. So she's going to come out, you know.
I say, let me just do this. I went after my tailor finished sewing clothes. I went there. This was my first time wearing anything padded. Tailor put this thing on my waist. Jesus.
There's this video that went viral. I don't know if you saw this video that went viral of a lady during her trad where her outfit was snatched. Yeah. So she was literally sitting like this.
She couldn't.
And her husband was just laughing. It's even funny that he was laughing. She was so uncomfortable. And this is supposed to be like your perfect day.
Yeah, I looked like a huge mermaid. Like I was like, get this thing off me. This is not me. Anybody that sees me is going to swear for me. Because this is not me. I don't have hips this huge normally. So like you adding all of that, anybody that sees me is going to be like, this girl is a fraud.
I think those outfits most time are for the gram.
Yeah, it's for the gram.
I've seen ladies that I've seen on the gram like I admire. And when I see them in real life, I'm like,
let's talk about that.
Because at the end of the day, it's just like BBL and liposuction, yeah? So you know lipo is you taking out the excess fat from your body and you're just leaving it at that. Yeah. But the BBL, the Brazilian butt lift is you putting it, back into your body like other places that needs it. Mm-hmm. So it's the same thing, the natural you and you trying to be a bit extra. So I feel whatever you're doing to enhance your beauty should not make you lose yourself. What's the essence of being on the gram, looking all gorgeous and cute, and at the end of the day, if I see you in real life, I cannot recognize you?
Yeah. But Emmanuel, on this thing you're saying, Emmanuel said something important. He talked about like the difference, that discrepancy in this is what she appears on the gram, appears like on the gram, and this is what she appears like in real life. Do you think that it has an effect on body shaming? Like, do you think it maybe, like makes guys want to talk down on women or talk about some of the things like, oh, she doesn't even look like this, oh, maybe the butt was bigger at some point?
Yeah. No, because you see something. Okay. I'm going to the market to buy something. Yeah. I buy A and I'm getting B. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Discussion will arise. Mm-hmm. For instance, I pick up my phone. Guy, I want this baby. And let's take it David. We have something that attracts us to women.
Say it. This is
for some guys, it's boobs. Yeah. For some guys, it's butt.
Yeah.
For some, it's brain first. For me, I'm sapiosexual. Okay. First thing that attracts me to a lady's brain. Yeah. So from brain, we pick it up. I don't fuck with dollars. I'm sorry to say. My friends most of my friends are highly more intelligent than I am. Wow. And I don't see that as a threat. I see it as an opportunity to learn. So for instance, I'm like, okay, I see a girl on the gram, like, guy, I like this babe. It happened this year. Like, okay. I like this babe. What do you like for this babe? See now, see what she carry. All of a sudden, I see you, we go on a date and I see a different person. Definitely, I'll come back and start talking about that same topic to my friend. It's normal because that is not what I was expecting to see. Mm-hmm. I don't ever try to get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So that's just the way it is. Online versus offline should be the same thing. It's different when there's no makeup.
Yeah.
But the problem is when the difference lies in your body physique. How? Why?
Well, unfortunately, I'm actually carrying out a study, like a research on this very thing. Okay. And from my findings so far, women do these things like enhance themselves online because they feel this is what men want.
So what happens when we see offline?
Well, it's like what you've said, that might be the majority of women, but I still believe that there are women that do this because that's also what they want for themselves. Yeah. And we need to, I also want to encourage people, if you know you're going to enhance your body or you're going to have a BBL done or lipo done, do your research. Because with the 500k you're using to go and enhance your bum bum and increase it and make it look like Mount Everest, make sure it tallies with your laps.
Thank you.
And your legs.
That's another topic that should be.
It should do your research because
it's like you have personal experience.
No, so bum never match of leg at all. Like I'm like, what is this?
What's going on?
What's going on here?
You can see the difference.
This one is never follow come. This is surgery. This is follow come.
Like you can see the difference. It's so clear because what happens is you need to understand your body type. Because I was watching a few podcasts about BBL and everything that's been going on, and I took a cue from Chloe Yeah, Chloe had her body done, and she, from the way she spoke, you would understand that she did her research before having her body done. Because what happens is, because of people's body type, there are people that their body can accept fat easily, you understand, and there are other people that you need to feed your fat, like you have to have that dieting to keep up and maintain, because aftercare is very important with BBL. Do you understand? It doesn't just end at spending 1 point something million or 5 million naira to get to go under the knife. You still have to have the funds to maintain it. If you're not able to maintain it, you still have to go for another surgery, because you would notice that. That's why you see some people that go for surgery, and then after like 2 months, you see that the bum have reduced. Because they didn't do their research, and they don't understand that you need to take care of your body and you need to feed the fat that was added into your body.
But then again, don't you think that, apart from, you might think you want something, but what's actually happening to you is that thing is always in your face so much that you don't have any other option.
True.
I noticed this thing, and I'm going to call out Tunde. I'm very sorry, but Tunde not always projects that Coke bottle body, big body.
God bless Africa.
God bless Africa. But yeah, indeed, God bless Africa.
Indeed.
Impressionable people on the ground. There are so many 16-year-olds, 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds watching Tunde not, and tomorrow they're going to think that they want to do enhancements because they want it, but it's actually just because
of the things they've been exposed to. True. And that's why when I want to make decisions, I just take my time. Like when I wanted to get my tattoo done, it took me 3 years to decide if I really wanted to get my tattoo done. Do you understand? And I wasn't just being influenced by something, or do you get me?
Yeah.
So these are not, your body is very sensitive, and there are people that, because of the kind of chemicals you've even used on your body, surgery is not even advisable for you as a person, because your skin is now very soft. It can't, go under the knife and fully recover. Do you understand? So it's very important that people do their research. It's very important that you know what it is you want before, going for it. And it's also very important that we're our brother's keepers, and we do unto others what we would want to be done unto us. So the body shaming and everything, it starts and ends with everybody at the end of the day.
But then I think people just focus on this BBL without looking at the after effects.
The after effects.
Studies have shown that BBL causes mutation.
Wow.
Mutation.
Yes, I agree with him, but with this, I would say, when you get a BBL done, and they add some fat dye if you don't feed it well, and when it dies in your body, it might decay, and yes, it will cause this. Do you understand? So that is why research is very, very important. Definitely. And you need to also know your body. You need to know what it is your body can accept.
Because you can't go under such process and you expect your DNA to be same. It's going to be altered. The sequence will be altered, take it or leave it. So studies have shown that BBL alters DNA sequences, but most people don't know.
Most people don't.
They just want to go under the knife just for the gram.
Do your research, Joe. Let's help ourselves.
I think ultimately, try as much as you can to love what you have to. It's hard.
It's hard, but you have to try. Confidence, like I say, confidence is a personality. It is a personality, so you just wear it. Come into the room like you own your shit. You get me? Yeah.
So Emmanuel, you're like a brother to me now. Like
I'm not a brother. I know my sister. I know my sister. You are not my sister.
Brother
we don't have the same DNA.
Brother zone.
I'm not a brother.
See, I have to give you.
But it's possible. You never can. Have you checked your DNA? Have you had
DNA test?
They don't kind of resemble.
I have to give you this naked advice. Please be careful, because my gender.
I feel your gender.
Wow.
Right from Eve, it has not been normal.
I've just known that. You see women. You see how women are. Yeah. Their mouths are always just running. See, forget. If a woman doesn't want you to know anything, you would not know. Jack.
I just read about our brother, our Igbo brother.
Who is your Igbo brother?
Oh, y'all.
Who
was so loved. I mean, like, everybody loved y'all, and I don't know how that just cascaded into something else so quickly. And hearing all of these rumors about a child not being his, and now seeing him losing another child.
Sorry to cut you, just like I said, still rumor. So it's just a mere speculation.
Speculating.
So we're not sure yet, but then we'll be. I fear women. In 24 hours, I use
Is it
22 hours.
24 hours they
22 hours.
pay women. You go
Like
to
this
trust
guy once
woman.
said,
When men cheat, they used to feel fly.
You know, I always tell my friends, the only person that can truly tell you the paternity of a child is a woman. Trust,
honestly,
even without the DNA test, she knows who the father of that baby is. Even if she sleeps with 5 men in a month,
no,
she
no,
knows.
no, no. But there are
She
some
knows.
cases. Wait,
She
chill. There are some
knows.
cases.
My
I don't
dear,
know
she
if
knows.
you wait. Chill.
She
Do
knows.
you guys know this? There's this court show. This where people come to know the DNA of their child, to know if it's their child or not.
Paternity show, yeah.
Yeah, cool. So on that show, like, I realized a lot of things because I've seen cases where women come in and they're like, he's the father, I'm very sure he's the father, and then they say he's not the father of the child,
and she's shocked. Genuinely shocked.
And then she's like, I might have an idea
who the
other person is, but so in as much as that's true, but if you're a lady and you have like a lot of sexual partners, it might be difficult to tell.
Yeah.
But that's now where you would be like, what's going on? Because you're married to somebody and then you're having multiple partners and you don't even know if he's the father of the child. That's really crazy. Okay. It's wild.
Speaking on this, let me give you a personal story. When I was in final year, I did my CMS in the hospital, laboratory to be precise, where I learned how to run malaria tests, typhoid, but the one in which I was interested in was genotype. Not even pregnancy. I didn't give a job after doing genotype test because for BSc I studied cell biology and genetics.
Okay.
So it was my line. So I love knowing about genes, genotype, and blood groups. So this fateful day, I was in lab with my superior. I think she went for lunch, so I was going to attend to patients. A man came, his wife came, 2 children came. They all came to do genotype test. I knew there was issue because before you see a family comes to do genotype type, there is something wrong. And I guess the third child was admitted in the ward.
Okay.
So they brought in a blood sample already. I took the sample from the man, I took it from the woman.
Yeah.
I took it from the 2 children, then with the last one in the ward.
Okay.
So they ran it down. I ran it by myself. I ran the man sample of AA. I ran the woman sample of AA.
Okay.
Apparently, according to genetics, all your child is going to be AA.
Yeah.
DNA cannot be altered. There are some things that doesn't concern DNA.
True. Yeah.
And I ran the first test on the first child, it was AS. Ran the second one, AS. Ran the third one, AS. Before I ran the test, this woman was giving me sign. She tried to call me. I didn't get it.
Okay.
She tried to tell me not to. She tried to give me like
so you
body.
altered the result.
Body
and it
signal,
means
like,
she
I didn't really get it. So
she's aware.
before I released the result, I was shocked. I said maybe because I'm still learning, maybe I didn't get it right. So I told them to wait for my superior to come. And when my superior came, she ran the samples with the blood, with the same exact blood sample. We got the same result. And she was like, Emmanuel, you're right. Like, ma, what does this mean? You said you know what it means already. You wanted to ask me. And during the process, the woman came to the office and I felt like she wanted to tell the different things, and she came in and she tried to give us better language than alpha. She knows what we're discussing about. She knows if anyone can help her. And in the process, the husband came in. I'm telling you the fact, they came in different cars. The man took the wife car key. He seized it on the spot there. He left the hospital with the woman and the children there, and he left. So since then, I've been scared of women. I swear, especially when it comes to childbirth and true paternity of a child.
There's this other one that when a girl is pregnant and she has a boyfriend, but she knows it's not the guy, and then you try to pin the pregnancy on him too. All of these things are just crazy. They're just crazy.
Maybe because you see that one's more responsible.
Or he has more money, and you get me.
So
it's crazy.
Men need to be careful when it comes to.
Women need to be careful too.
Men need to be more careful.
Men we give
men need
HIV
to be more careful.
Men
need to be more careful.
They will also
because
give
women can pin things down that not for you. You are seeing it now, it's clear. You can imagine a man raising a child for over 18 years that's not his child.
Honestly, that's so.
You can also imagine
it's a global case. It's not a local case. So we see it. So who do we blame here?
It's
the man or the woman?
Heartbreaking.
Everybody gets
it's so heartbroken now. Women, please make us try to do better.
Men also mess up.
This is so. Have you had a personal experience?
I feel broken, honestly. I feel personally broken. I'm not married, but then with the experience
I've
been
honestly,
having,
it's
seen,
crazy.
Just pray to God not to give you somebody
it's crazy.
that will damage you.
Oh God,
it's crazy.
No.
And at the end of the day,
I saw the one that a man gave his wife HIV, and didn't even tell her.
Do you
about
get
it?
it?
He was treating his own.
I didn't hear that story.
And the woman did not know about it.
There are a lot of crazy stories. There are a
AIDS.
lot of crazy stories.
And he was treating himself.
It was
so man, like last just
have sense.
Focus on the heavenly rays.
But you know, even with what we're talking about right now, must you have sex though?
Huh? what is sex?
No, because I feel like there's contraceptives. There are a lot of measures you can take while
are we going to see ourselves in this Lagos? Really?
Hey, what's happening in Lagos?
Really,
Tell me.
like,
You know, I'm a foreigner.
I'm new in Lagos.
I'm new in Lagos. What happens in Lagos?
How many people actually use the condoms they buy?
If you don't want to use condom, you can use
How many
contraceptives.
people use contraceptives? Condoms will even prevent.
So they should not be having
How
sex.
many people use contraceptives?
Then they should not be having sex.
I am.
Why did they call my name?
You know, say this world don't spoil passion like that. At this point, we're just looking for more advanced medical, alternatives to these things. Maybe something water that you can drink. Now,
Water, imagine.
help you because
Yeah.
people are never going to do the right thing. I think that's just.
We just in this life just have sense, protect yourself the best way you can, and just know that the same way everyone around us can be good is the same way everyone around us can be evil.
And for good, educative content and to always stay on point, don't forget to subscribe.
Ours. Thank you so much.
The truth show with Maya, and it was very exciting and captivating. I learned a lot, yeah. So you guys should subscribe to our YouTube channel and watch us for more amazing content.
Please don't forget to like and subscribe and always come on this. I don't know how, just appear. Just appear. Thank you.
Thank you.
But I rock it like a baby in the cold. I put the water in the ocean in the city that I'm from.